Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me today. Happy Tuesday to everyone out there. And just going live on Facebook and just got to check this. Make sure. There we are. We are live. So today I'm going to talk to you about not being scared of this thing, the phone, and using it to get more business. And I know I've said a lot of these things before, but today I just want to talk about the phone because there's so many ways. Everybody's doing so many things, and every agent I talk to, honestly, it's almost everyone, especially the dozens of agents I coach and talk to on a daily basis, not even coach on a consistently basis, just going over ideas on how to build their business, want to try to find ways to avoid the phone to get business. So you're not alone. So anybody watching this that you're trying to do, concentrate your efforts on Facebook or mailers or ads or getting involved in your community, which is still good and you're face to face with people, but sitting down, having your database in front of you and making phone calls is still the number one way of getting business. So today I just want to talk about a few things. There's really just four things, so I won't take much of your time. So don't click off of this because you're scared. If you're clicking off of this because, oh, it's about the phone, probably one of the things that you don't want to hear are some of the things that you're scared. So I'm going to tell you what things you can do to not be scared of the phone. So first thing, you got to know the psychology of why. Why are you scared to pick up the phone? Why are you scared to reach out to your database? Why are you scared of rejection? What are the reasons and things that you could think about to get over those things? So I'm going to give you a couple things to just think about on there. So first, we all know the number one thing is a fear of rejection. So the fear of rejection is I think really the most common reasons why no one wants to pick up the phone. And I think the psychology behind that is that you're thinking how you would react to if someone called you. Think about that. Are you scared to call someone because you know if someone calls you, you're going to be upset and reject them? Imagine if you had that mindset of anybody calls, it doesn't matter, salesperson, friend, referral, you're happy to pick up the phone no matter who's calling you and see who's on the other line. That's the kind of mentality you have to get to understand why you're making those calls. So again, let me clarify that, is that when you make those calls to your sphere, people that know you, referrals from referrals, past business. Think of that in reverse. If they did that to you, now this is not just a sales call. This is not a cold call. I'm calling your database, people that know who you are, past clients, referrals, friends, family, acquaintances, someone that knows your name, minimum. Those are the people you're calling. If someone calls you and you know who they are, you're not going to be upset. You won't be. If someone calls you like, hey, this is Joe Smith from 5 years ago. We met at a conference and I'm just calling you to see how you're doing. You're not going to be upset by that. Hopefully you will not be upset by that. This is someone just wants to connect with you, see how you're doing, and to tell you about what they're doing in their life, how they could help you someday. So remember, the fear of rejection, you got to think of ways, and I think how you would react if someone did that to you in reverse. This is someone that knows you know, someone that's trying to tell you what they're up to, and want to see what you're up to, and just connect with you and help you someday if you ever need help. That's the key. You are calling people to help them. Why wouldn't anybody be happy about you calling them to help them someday? I'm calling to help you. That's what it is. You got to think of that. The fear of rejection, there should be very, very low fear of rejection for you to call your database of everybody that would, minimum would know your name on that. Second thing to think about is I think a lot of people are scared of the phone because of their state of mind. they're talking themselves out, or they're scared, they're avoiding. You're not excited about it. You got to be excited about it. You really should. When you carve out that time to make these calls, you should be excited that you're about to make calls to connect with people, offer your service to help them, because you ultimately love to help people, and three, possibly get appointments and buyers and sellers to make money, which you want to do. So you should be excited for the opportunity to call people, to help them, to connect with them, to possibly build a relationship with them, to buy or sell a house and make money. Why wouldn't you be excited about that? So don't think, number two, you have to be in a state of mind. So again, number one, fear of rejection. Get that out of your head, that people are going to be excited to talk to you. If they pick up the phone, they want to talk to you. Two, get out of that state of mind that you're scared, because you should be happy that you have the opportunity, that you've carved the time out, you have the opportunity to connect with people, and you have the opportunity to make money that other people don't. All you have to do is do this, and you should be excited. I get to have the opportunity that a lot of people have. When I want to make more money and be more successful this year, I get to just pick up the phone and call and talk to people and get those buyers and sellers and referrals from that. The third reason of the four reasons why I think a lot of agents are scared of the phone is they don't know what to say. So you've got to have your scripts, practice them. You've got to know what to say, what you're going to say to people when you call them, and that changes. I can't give you and just in this video, can't give you every script and everything you should say to everybody. But if you want to set time aside with me, I'll give you some ideas. Century 21 HomeStar agents on our Century 21 University. We have downloadable scripts from classes that are there. You can take classes on our university, but there's also all the workbooks and scripts from those classes. If you want to skip the class, just get the scripts, which some people do, but I suggest take the class too. Or coach with me, and I'll give you some ideas. But the things you have to say is, it changes with it's a relative, it's a friend, it's a close friend, it's a friend from a long time ago, it's a referral of a referral, it's a past client. How you talk to people and how you communicate with them changes from just in personal conversations. So that's number one. You got to have a connection with people. You can't have the same script for everybody. You can't come out with the same lines for everybody. And a lot of the people in your database, unless you just started calling them for the first time, you should have some notes in there about what you talked about last, maybe personal notes, what's happening in their family. I just coached a few agents yesterday of get onto Facebook before you make your call and see what's going on in their life, so you have something to talk about, what's happening in their family, what's happening in their lives, and connect with them, so to see what's going on with them. Today, not to talk about how long I've been in the business, but again, 28 years. 28 years ago, all we had was the phone. We had nothing else we could do. To connect with people, other face-to-face door knocking, but we didn't have Facebook. We didn't have social media. We didn't have any of that. We didn't have things where we could do a little research on people without talking to them and then call them. And again, to clarify what I mean is that when we wanted to know what was going on with people and their families and their lives and to stay in touch with them, we had to call them and ask those questions to them and have conversations with them. Today, you could be friends with people on social media and see what's going on. And those social media posts give you something to connect with them. Sometimes agents ask, how often should I connect? When should I connect with people? Every time you see something on their Facebook page or Instagram or whatever social networking you're using, if you see something, it doesn't have to be every week. You don't want to bombard them with calls, but every month, every other month, every once a quarter, minimum once a year to twice a year, you see something great that's happening in their lives, reach out to them. Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. Don't be one of those people. You could send them a congratulations, or I'm happy for you, or a smiley face on their Facebook, or send them a message on social media, but do both. How about, or do three things. If something, say they just got married, and obviously you weren't invited to the wedding, but if you weren't, send them a congratulations on Facebook. Give them a call. Send them a card, a handwritten card, and use all of that. You could really be prospecting all day long by watching over your social media and connecting with people, not just on social media, but doing the extra steps, calling, doing the extra personal note, personal card, handwritten note mailed to them. All three, writing those notes in your contact with a date and time to follow up with them again 6 months from now. Things like that. It should be fun. Things like this are fun to me. It's like I like to organize things and when to follow up with people and what to say. I just enjoy that kind of thing. So if you just got to get in that mindset. So again, number one was fear of rejection. You got to get over that and figure out that they're not going to reject you. Will there be a few people? Yes. But I promise you, the people that know your name, somehow connected with someone, you call them just to check on them, see how they're doing, they're not going to reject you. Two, you're in a fearful state. Just get out of that state. Explain why you're making these calls, that you're making these calls because they're opportunity to connect and help people and make money, and you have that opportunity to be happy. I'm like, yes, I have this opportunity to be successful and make money. Three, you got to know what to say. You can't just fumble across it. You'll sound weird. You'll sound like just not professional, not sincere. That's the word I was looking for. You won't sound sincere if you're not taught and don't have that, know what you're going to say. And pretend like every single person you're calling is a good friend of yours, a relative, someone that you connect to, because you want to have that personal connection with them. You're not just their someday realtor. You're their friend in real estate. And then four, which I think is one of the most important, or if not the most important, you have to make sure you're in the right physical environment. And even maybe your dress, what you're wearing, comfortable clothing or business attire, or something that makes you feel like you get in the mood. Kind of like your environment is like your real estate gym. If you go to the gym or you work out, what do you have? You have workout clothes that you're comfortable in and you don't mind sweating in. Where do you go? Do you just, when you say I want to do a workout, you either go to a gym or there's a area in your house, or you have workout equipment, right? If you have a Stairmaster or a elliptical or treadmill at home, or you have some weights, or you have some bands, or you go to a gym, you go places, you dress a certain way, and you go to a place or have equipment or in a certain area of your house. You have to have that environment. You have to have a space. You have to have an environment that has the equipment outside of just the phone, your laptop, your iPad, whatever you're connecting with. You need your headphones, of what your AirPods or whatever. You need your equipment, and you need to be in an area or a zone, and you have to set the time aside. You're not cleaning the house while you're exercising. Well, you might be, as a little exercise there, but you're not going to do a hardcore workout while you're doing other things. You're not going to be cleaning the kitchen doing a hardcore workout. You're not going to be talking on the phone with or texting people while you're doing a hardcore workout. Some people do while they're on the treadmill, but most people, when they're going to a workout, they're ready to do it, they're going to carve out the half hour, 45 minutes, hour or more, and carve it out, be at a place, have the equipment, and then concentrate on it. You're not going to do a workout like this. You're not going to go work out for 5 minutes, take 10 minutes off, oh, work out 2 more minutes, then no, not, and then do something else for a minute and go back and forth. You're going to concentrate on that workout for a half hour, 45 minutes, an hour. So if you can do that or have that understanding, you got to see this as a prospecting workout. You've got to be excited about it, know that the outcomes and it's a positive outcome that you get from it. There's a reason why you do it. You're going to be happy because you do it, and that's the mindset you got to get into and have that environment to do that. So let me finalize everything today. Those 4 things again were fear of rejection, getting over that, the mindset, the fearful state, and talking yourself out of it. Things you got to get that in check. You have to know what to say, so make sure you have your scripts or your practice enough. And last, make sure you have an environment, a space in your house, an office, somewhere where you have all of the tools, nothing else around to distract you, so you can concentrate on it and be excited about it, and no one else interrupting you. And that's why a better room should be good with that. But that's your choice of what you're going to do. And that's why I compare it to the workout. Sometimes most people are not doing their workout in the middle of their kitchen at the kitchen table when everybody else the rest of the family is walking around. So you need space for that too. So hopefully those things will give you some ideas of things to think about. Do not be scared of the phone. I promise you the phone will always be, well, I think so, and in my lifetime, will always be the number one tool that we have for getting more business. It simply is. It will always be. There's not going to be a magic system or technology that's going to be better than the phone. It's just, in my opinion, everything else helps collaborate everything. Emails and social networking and text messaging and door knocking and mailers and handwritten notes. All of that helps. You got to do a little bit of all of it to get the greatest results, but you can't forget about the phone. The phone always has to be in there if you really want to be successful in sales and in real estate. So that's it for today. Have a great Tuesday, and we'll see you again tomorrow, high noon on Wednesday. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.